What's up, guys? So it's been a few days, actually it's been a few weeks since I updated you guys on the Acura. Um, so long story short, last time we checked in, I told you I had a check engine light. I'd only drove the car a few times since getting it back from the tuner, and it threw check engine light, scanned it, coded for a p1259 code, which is a VTEC solenoid failure code. There are a few different VTEC codes that the system will throw. If it's electronic, it'll throw a different code. I think it's like a 2500 something code or something. I could be wrong. Anyway, regarding the VTEC solenoid itself, whether it's the solenoid, engine oil level, or dirty oil, it'll throw that code, P1259. All right, so I'm just gonna be honest. I was being kind of an idiot. Why I say that? I went through all this trouble of replacing a part, running all these system checks, which, I mean, it's good to do that. You should run your system checks. But what I should have did from the get-go, which is all on me, so I'm just gonna own that, I should have just did an oil change. That's what I should have did. But the reason why I didn't jump to that first was because I had immediately thought the worst. I thought, okay, I'm getting oil pressure issues. Maybe I used too much RTV on an oil pan or something. You know what I mean? Something crazy like that. And it broke off and got caught in the oil pickup tube or something. Then I was like, oh, maybe my oil pressure relief valve is bad or something. I don't know. I was jumping into all these stupid, silly conclusions. Anyway, always thinking the worst, right? The glass should always be half full. Anyway, I say that all to say to you guys that I did change the oil and it wasn't good enough. What do I mean? So the car initially had 5W20 installed in it. I probably should have did a little more research on this one. Anyway, learning experience. I put this in. The OEM oil weight for this car is 5W20. So that's why I use 5W20. The problem is that it's not a stock vehicle. It's now boosted. It's running 18 pounds of boost, and it goes. It loves to go. It wants to go. It wants to take off. It generates a ton of heat. I can't use that oil. I shouldn't have used this oil. I shouldn't have used it in the first place. So what I did was, I did a bit of research. Again, I should have did this from the gate. There's a bunch of guys running these K20s, and they're running Castrol, especially the boosted applications. So that's what I did. Again, having VTEC problems, bunch of guys having the same issues. They switched over to this stuff. Castrol Edge, 5W30. I should have been using 5W30 in the first place, to be honest. I don't know why I was using the 520. I was like, oh, OEM, oh, brand new build. Oh, let me put 520 in there. So that's on me. Learning experience, my bad. But I think that's good to note for the video. Just, you know, so few people actually acknowledge that kind of stuff when they're on here on this platform. But anyway, so that's what I did. Now, for the Subaru, this is kind of all subject, but I've been using this Valvoline 530, and I've had zero issues from it. I was going to do the Valvoline in the Acura, but I was like, no. I need an ester-based oil. Ester burns better, and Castrol is an ester-based oil. So, p1259 code, just do filter and oil change first. It could very well be something else, but just do the filter and oil change first. And do not use 5W20 in your boosted application. Honestly, even in the base model, without any modifications, the 530 is still just a better oil. I mean, they say 520, that's to get the car to market for, you know, gas mileage purposes. But anyway, the light is off. I just took it for a test drive. As you see, I'm all sweaty. The Acura has no AC, which is fine. That's by design. But anyway, I just got back from a really nice test drive. I took the same loop that I took when it was throwing the code. So when I initially threw the code, I brought the vehicle back. I did a bunch of system checks. I swapped out the oil with the 520, and then I retest drove the light through again, brought it back, sat on it for a few days because I had other stuff to do. Finally decided to finish the vehicle, did that, and went with Castrol Edge. So I did flush, if you're wondering, I did flush this 520 out. I bought 2 of these, and I also bought 2 OEM Honda filters. So we're good now. Anyway, the vehicle is back to what it should be, and we are back to no check engine lights. And again, as I always say, that's what you want. You want a clean build, no lights. So that's my rant for today. Just in case anybody was wondering, that's kind of where I was with it. I took the whole thing apart. I dropped the subframe, pulled the oil pan, pulled the oil pressure relief valve, checked the, replaced actually the VTEC solenoid. So, I mean, I got my old one. It's still good. So I'm gonna just keep it. There are 2 filter screens on the heads on these. The VTEC solenoid is one, which is built into the gasket. So that comes with the new VTEC solenoid if you're buying the assembly from the dealer. So that's replaced new. And then there's one on the front end, sits behind the power steering pump. Really, it sits behind the belt tensioner because the belt tensioner blocks the 2 bolts to remove it. Both those screens were good. And if you do have anything in those screens, you got a major problem anyway. And it ain't an oil problem. You need a new motor. So fortunately, there was nothing in those screens when I pulled them. I replaced them naturally because I removed them. So everything's good. Everything's new. Cylinder head filters are new. VTEC solenoid new, brand new oil. Again, props to Castrol Edge. This is all I'm going to use in this vehicle going forward.